Kendrick dropped 616. We're going to break it down. First of all, we're going to go with the title, which is basically a reference to like Drake's timestamp series or whatever you want to call it. You know, he has the one like Toronto, New York, Calabasas, I think Houston or Dallas, I believe. And like another one, I forgot what the other one is, but he has like 5. And they're pretty good, yeah. But it's also a reference to June 16th, which is Tupac's birthday. And it's also the day before Father's Day, which is June 17th. And Kendrick Lamar's birthday is also June 17th. So, it seems like there's a lot that goes into this, even with just the title alone, which is pretty cool. You know what I mean? He uses something interesting for the artwork once again. Don't know what he's hinting at exactly, but I'll show you real quick the artwork. As you can see, it is a single glove. It has the Triple M logo on it, right over here, which also happens to be the logo for Rick Ross, Maybach Music. And he got that from Maybach, the car company. I'm not exactly sure what this is a reference to. Once again, it might be something deep where it's multi-layered and whatnot, but that is something to pay attention to. Just like with the whole Euphoria track, people are saying that was a reference to the fact that Drake is listed as an executive producer on the show Euphoria. I didn't know that at first. I've never watched the show. So that slipped by me until I was starting to see things online. And I was like, okay, now the track name makes even more sense. He's throwing jabs and little hints, And I'm like, all right, multi-layered, here we go. That's what I like to see. Now we're going to go into the lyrics. And I'm going to give you my thoughts on the track and, of course, my interpretation on the lyrics. I hate that this even has to be said because it should be common sense, but this is my interpretation of the lyrics. So if you people want to go in the comment section and be like, oh, you got that wrong, and all that crap, and have like all this negative crap to say, bye. If you want a discussion though, I'm all for it. As always, I read the comments and I typically do reply when I have the time. Like I always say, none of us are in their inner circles. So we're listening as fans and giving our own thoughts. And that is what it is. It's art. So anyways, without further ado, let's get into the damn lyrics, shall we? Real quick, on the intro, he says, it's survival, survival. I think somebody lying, smell somebody lying. I don't see no fire. Now, once again, this can have multiple, ways to interpret it. He mentioned in Euphoria, like, don't tell no lies on me and I won't tell the truth about you. So this seems to be a callback to that. Also, Drake has a track called Survival. And I don't see no fire could be like a shot directly at Drake. Like, I don't see no fire bars, songs, quotables, or anything like that from you. I don't see no fire, so there's no reason for me to hide. I'm not ducking no smoke. Because, they say where there's smoke, there's fire. Unlike Euphoria, this track is just basically one long verse. It doesn't have like a whole bunch of beat switches and things of that nature, It's not 6 minutes long like that one was. Quite a long track. Off-white Sunseeker at the marina. Fuck a phantom. I like to buy yachts when I get the fever. Wine cooler spill on my white t-shirt. The sightseer. Trifecta. Money, morals, and culture. That's my leisure. My visa. Passport tatted. I show up in Ibiza. Lucalis dwellings in Brooklyn just to book me some pizza. Who could reach us? Only God could teleport this type of freedom. Now, I'm not gonna lie, some of these lyrics in this song was way more coded than I thought they were gonna be. But, I'm trying to break it down the best I can. I've listened to the track several times now at this point. Trifecta, money, morals, and culture. That's my leisure. I see that as Kendrick saying, I still have my morals, and I'm a part of the culture, and I got money. And remember how in Euphoria, he was saying, like, basically Drake ain't part of the culture, and he don't have no morals. He just got money. And I see this as Kendrick saying he has all 3 still. That's why he's happy. That's why he's relaxed. He's feeling euphoric, even. F a phantom, I like to buy yachts when I get the fever. That sounds like a regular stunting bar. Like, I don't buy cars, I buy yachts. Yeah, take that. Wine cooler spilled on my white t-shirt. Hey, look, I got a white tee on. The sightseer. Now, this could be a double entendre of sorts. Basically, one, Kendrick saying how he's really just cool, chilling on his yacht. He's relaxed. He's really not bothered at all by that Drake diss track, either one of them. But it could also be a double entendre because wine, red wine at least, does look similar in shade to like blood. No, certain types of wine at least, you know. And the white t-shirt, he's relaxed, he's chilling, he's in a regular plain white tee. The sightseer, you know, he could be like having Drake in his sights. And, he hits him, blood gets on his shirt. Of course, that's a reach, in my opinion, but it is possible. Because this is a track aimed at Drake at the end of the day. So, you can't see it that way. Visa, passport tatted. I show up in Ibiza. He's traveling out of the country. His passport is stamped like he got tattoos. Simple enough. And of course, dwellings in Brooklyn just to get pizza. New York is known for pizza. And Drake had a line about Kendrick being like in his apartment or whatever, like writing rhymes or whatever he was doing in there. So Kendrick saying like, yeah, I'm chilling, relaxing in Brooklyn, getting pizza. He's chill. He ain't bothered. He ain't sweating it. Only God could teleport this type of freedom. Basically, once again, he's feeling free. God, my confession is yours, but who am I if I don't go to war? There's opportunity when living with loss. I discover myself when I fall short. Raise my hands to a fallen sky. I fantasize. Me jumping planets immortalized. I correspond. 3 angels watching me all the time. Put my children to sleep with a prayer, then close my eyes. Definition of peace. Once again, like I said, Kendrick is at peace. He is relaxed. He is undisturbed, not bothered. Obviously, he's responding, but he ain't like pressed. That's what it appears to be. And he says, confessing to God, basically like, how can I be the best rapper if I don't go to war with someone who is, taunting me and going back and forth? I have to defend myself. But I'm going to confess that I rather would have peace. The definition of peace right there. He closes his eyes and sleeps with his children and whatnot and has a prayer. Once again, family first is how he's, coming at Drake basically. Like, I'm about my family now. Respect it. Tell me who gonna stop me, I come from love. Estelle cover my heart, then open me up. Remember when picked up a pen, lyrics that I can trust. Timid soul stare in the mirror, asking where I was from. Often I know this type of power is gonna cost, but I live in circadian rhythms of a shooting star. The mannerisms of Raphael I can heal and give you art. But the industry's cooked as I pick the carcass apart. Now, this for real sounds like some stuff I used to write when I was younger. I don't know what exactly he's saying in some of these lines. I'm gonna be 100 with you. For real, I really don't, but it sounds beautiful. This is poetry. But tell me who's gonna stop me? I come from love. So basically, like, I'm coming from a place of love, But he gotta spank Drake. But the industry's cooked as I pick the carcass apart. Now, that line in particular stuck out to me. Because a carcass, of course, is a corpse, is a dead body. He's picking it apart. Now, remember, the industry, probably the music industry, the entertainment industry in general. Drake is like the golden boy of the rap industry. He's one of the biggest artists of the past, 10 years. So it's like the industry's cooked. So he's saying he's cooking Drake, basically. Yeah, somebody's lying. I can see the vibes on Ack. Even he looking compromised. Let's peel the layers back. Ain't no brownie points for beating your chest, harassing ant. Fucking with good people make good people go to bat. Conspiracies about Cash? Dawg, that's not even the leak. Find the jewels like Cash Doll. I just need you to think. Ack is short for DJ Academics, one of the biggest YouTubers in this space, of course. I know his channel quite well. Watch it all the time, or I used to at least. And he is, admittedly, one of Drake's biggest fans. So he's saying somebody's lying. I can see the vibes on Ack. Academics has been reporting on this, doing live streams, making posts on Instagram and X and all that stuff, talking about the situation, and on YouTube and all of that, every platform he's on pretty much. And he's like, I can see the vibes. I can see academics, saying certain things or moving certain ways, and that's telling something about Drake because, they have obviously been in communication, considering how much of a fan Ack is and how big of a platform he has now. He's saying even he looks compromised. Let's peel the layers back. Like, let's break this down. Like, maybe it's like a jab at, like, maybe he's saying that, like, Ack has been paid by Drake because he's looking compromised. Like, let's find out why he's on your side so much? Is it financial gain? Like, possibly. That's how I see it. Once again, that's how I'm interpreting it. You know, compromising his integrity. Like maybe he's more than just a fan. Maybe he's on the payroll, perhaps. Who knows? Ain't no brownie points for beating your chest, harassing Ant. Effing with good people make good people go to bat. Ant is Kendrick's like manager or whatever. Drake has posted stuff about him like online. So Kendrick's like, you ain't getting no points like being subtly like subliminal with like my manager, or my friends, or my entourage or whatever. You gotta diss me. We going back and forth at it. You know? And he's like, you messing with him? Now I'm gonna go to bat. And then of course he mentions a leak and conspiracies about cash. This is a direct response to Drake talking about the splits on push-ups about like drop and give me 50 and top dog and and all of that. That's why he's like, that's not even the leak. Are you finally ready to play Have You Ever? Let's see. Have you ever thought that OVO is working for me? Once again, this is a good line right here. This is a callback to Euphoria when he talked about, have you ever looked like someone in his eye, looked your enemy in his eye, and have you ever paid 500,000 open case, yada yada yada. So he's bringing that back, like, let's play. Have you ever? And then of course, have you ever thought OVO is working for me? That's like, I feel like placing a seed of doubt in Drake and his camp, OVO, October's very own. Like, hey, maybe some of your folk don't really rock with you, and they're working for me. Getting dirt on you for me, actually. What you think about that? That would hurt. That would sting. That would be biting, right? Like, yeah, it would. Fake bully. I hate bullies. You must be a terrible person. Everyone inside your team is whispering that you deserve it. Can't Tusi slide up out of this one? It's just gonna resurface. Every dog gotta have his day. Now living your purpose. It was fun until you started to put money in the streets. Then lost money because they came back with no receipts. I'm sorry that I live a boring life. I love peace. But war ready if the world is ready to see you bleed. This little section right here is probably my favorite part, because I also hate bullies. He's basically saying, Drake, you fake. You a terrible person. You a fake bully. Because probably saying you really ain't tough like that, but you faking it. And you trying to bully people. With with his money and resources and connections and things of that nature. Everyone inside your team is whispering that you deserve it. Basically, like, you deserve to get dissed. You deserve to get lit up. Because you've been messing with people too much and they tired of it. They want to see you fail. Because of how you've been treating people. It's karma. What you deserve. He said every dog gonna get his day. Now living your purpose. Can't Tusi slide up out of this one? Tusi Slide, of course, was one of Drake's songs. It's just gonna resurface. So he's like, you're going to try to backslide out of this, but I'm going to bring it up again. Or somebody's going to bring it up again. You ain't walking out of this. You ain't getting away from these bars. It was fun until you put money in the streets. Then lost money because they came back with no receipts. Basically, allegedly, Drake has offered money for information on Kendrick. And allegedly has done this also with Pusha T back when they were beefing. Once again, Drake has the money. He could do that. Just keep it 100. It is what it is. But he's saying, Kendrick's saying, I have a boring, peaceful life. There ain't that much dirt you could dig up on me. There ain't no skeletons in my closet. But he's ready for war if the world is ready to see you bleed. And this I interpret like when he said like all those jabs in Euphoria about like Drake not being from the culture, basically. So in this sense, it's like the culture is tired of you. And if they ready, then I'm going to diss you. Everybody, they saying I got to do it. So I'm going to do it. The Elohim, KTW. No, you can't sleep. These images trouble you. Know the wires in your circle should puzzle you. If you were street smart, then you would have caught that. Your entourage is only to hustle you. 100 niggas that you got on salary, and 20 of them want you as a casualty. And one of them is actually next to you, and 2 of them is practically tired of your style. Just don't got the audacity to tell you. Once again, he digs deep, cutting at Drake for his OVO connections, saying that they might not be as close as he thinks. Like maybe they're just around for the money, but they don't really like him like that. And that's gotta sting. That really gotta hurt. Because he's basically saying like, those people around you are using you. They don't really rock with you like that because of the way you move and the way you maneuver and things of that nature. Like they just there because they get paid by you. They see you as a check. They see you as like a lick, basically. That's crazy. He's basically put him up on game. Like, yo, yo, you think you tough. You think you're on top of them. I'm like, these people don't really rock with you. And that's hard to hear. But sometimes you gotta tell somebody that for real. They ain't always gonna listen, but yo, you gotta tell them sometimes. You know what I'm saying? 100. 20 of them want you as a casualty. So 20 of the 100 want to see him lose his rap beef. One of them is the person that's right next to him, one of his closest people. Two of them are also pretty close to them, and they're tired. Maybe they're jealous or envious, perhaps, of the way he lives his life. Maybe. But they don't got the audacity to tell him. But they told Kendrick, though, because Kendrick is the one that's going to light him up lyrically. Oh, look at that. But let me tell you some game, because I can see you, my little homie. You playing dirty with propaganda. It'll blow up on you. You're playing nerdy with Zach Bia and Twitter bots, but your reality can't hide behind Wi-Fi. Your little memes is losing steam. They figured you out. The forced opinions is not convincing. Y'all need a new route. It's time that you look around on who's around you. Before you figure out that you're not alone, ask what Mike would do. You know, there's a lot of people online that seem to be on Drake's side. So he's saying you playing nerdy. Twitter bots. He's saying that a lot of those people that are like supporting you online and everything like that, behind the Wi-Fi and everything, are bots. And you are paying them. You are affording it. You and the machine behind you. But in reality, basically, he's like, you're not winning. You're not winning. It's bots. It's paid people. It's the industry. You ain't really winning for real, though. Your little memes. Remember, Drake was on Instagram and all this stuff, like doing this, that, throwing shady stuff, being funny, whatever. And he's like, it's not winning. It's not winning a rap battle. It's not. And I'm glad he called him out on that. That's good. That's good. The forced opinions is not convincing. Y'all need a new route. Basically, that goes back to the Twitter bots thing. Like, these are forced opinions because they're bots. They're not real people. Or they're people that you paid. So their opinions are forced and not real. So they're not his reality. It's fake. They're blowing smoke. You know? And he said that the OVO people, some of them don't rock with him. So it's like, that's bad. That's bad. He's basically saying that a lot of people ain't really on your side for real. Like, you just got money. Like, and the industry behind you, but the culture ain't behind you. Some of your crew ain't behind you. Like, you need to change up. And then he says, before you figure that you're not alone, ask what Mike would do. You're Not Alone is a track that was written by R. Kelly for Michael Jackson. So he ties it all in. Like, ask what would Mike do? But that track was written for Mike by R. Kelly. And Drake has ghostwriting allegations, which some of them are obviously true. So it's just like, what would Mike do? He would get a song from R. Kelly. Double entendre. It's like he would get a song written for him by someone else. Basically, that's what. Once again, that's my interpretation of it. You see something different, please do let me know. But I thought that was pretty cool because You Are Not Alone got a lot of flack. Once R. Kelly started getting all this, these allegations, we're not going to go into all that. You know what it is. If you know, you know. And they were like, I can't listen to that song the same, like, because of the allegations against R. Kelly and, and wow, like, even though Mike sings it, it was R. Kelly's writing and his thoughts and da-da-da-da-da and everything. So basically, Kendrick's like, yeah. Think about that song. You compare yourself to Michael Jackson, but think about, that was a pretty big song, I would say. Like, correct me if I'm wrong. I thought that was like a hit, right? But Mike's, no? And then, remember, this goes even deeper when you really think about it, which I don't really like to speak on this stuff, but if you know what kind of allegations that Drake has or had against himself regarding certain females, if you catch my drift. So, R. Kelly had those allegations, and he's in prison right now for them. So he's saying, you're going to wind up like R. Kelly because of those allegations. And Mike had allegations too. They turned out to not be true. So, hey, Mike is innocent. Michael Jackson is innocent. Making that very clear. And one of the best artists of all time. R. Kelly is too, but artist. But I don't think he was innocent, unfortunately. I think the track was pretty good. The beat could have been better. And Kendrick had a little bit too much coding. If you notice, some of these lines, I just skipped them because I'm like, I don't know if he's just rapping or if there was supposed to be some kind of double entendre, like a shot at Drake. Some of these bars here, I'm just kind of like, what are you saying? I don't know, But he could have been a little bit more direct, aggressive, so on and so forth. A lot of people have been saying that, even with Euphoria. So I'm sure people are going to say this with this track. Because this one was half as long, and it didn't have the beat switch ups to keep it as entertaining and whatnot. And it seemed like a lot of it was coded, except towards like the end, really, of his verse. Then it was a little bit more direct and aimed at Drake, I feel like. But in the beginning, I was kind of like, you're making it a little bit too complex. Like we're not, like I said, in the inner circle. So we don't know all these intricate, references to this song and that line and this and like, nah. Personally, I've always been a fan of those direct, hard-hitting, aggressive diss tracks and whatnot, like by like 50 Cent, Game, Jadakiss, Beanie Siegel, so on and so forth, have made some of my favorite diss tracks. They're not very lyrically complex or intricate or whatnot, but they rapping and they going at their opponent directly. But once again, they make this very clear. I don't dislike this track at all. I probably just ain't going to be going back to it like that all the time, to be honest. I'd probably go back to Euphoria out of the two so far, or I'd go back to like push-ups. But still, I like what Kendrick has said here. Not for replayability, maybe, but I like what he said, and I kind of like the point he's trying to get at. It's kind of like he's trying to have a sit down with Drake, like, yo, this, and this ain't cool, and I'm trying to come at you peacefully, yo, but you need to do better for the culture, for your family, all that. So yeah, basically, that's my 2 cents. Actually, at this point, probably like more like my 10 cents. But you know how I do. I really live this for real. This isn't just like a game to me. I love hip hop with a passion. And that's why I talk about it as much as I do. But once again, you guys let me know what you think in the comment section below. And of course, I'm going to be following up on this. This has been getting very interesting. I'm definitely looking forward. What do you think is going to happen next? Is Drake going to come back? Or is Kendrick going to have another track out? Or what? Some people thought Drake was going to respond by now. But he hasn't. It's only been a few days. So let's give it some more time. For real. I don't like all the, you gotta rush to respond, one day. Like, cut that out. Like, 2 days, oh, okay, yeah, I know, we got the internet, we can make songs quick, but I want them to be good. If you need a few more days or whatever to make a good track, just do it. Make it good. Make it want to be replayed. Make it interesting and entertaining. At the end of the day, it's still music. This track or not, it's still music. I'm out.